Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Somerzano, and this is the world famous, universally loved, best podcast in uno, dos, tres galaxies, also known as Online Marketing Moves. We are coming to you live today. Today is January the 2nd, 2021. And today we are going to talk about two subjects. We are going to talk about adapted, and we are going to talk about perfection. Of course, we have covered perfection before, but we will talk about it real quick. Now, one thing that you have to be, I always say put action behind things. You got to put action. You got to put action. But one thing that you have to be careful about is when you get into doing something, when you get into doing something, of course, you'll just start doing it, and then you want things to get better. You want it to get better. You want the thing that you're doing to get better, and of course you should. But the thing you must watch out for is trying to make it perfect, because it's never going to be quite perfect. Everything's not going to be, lined up perfect. It will be great. Don't get me wrong, but some days when you're doing it, because when I mean perfect, I mean every video you do, you're not gonna be in love with every video you do. You're not gonna be in love with every piece of content you create. You're not gonna be like, this is my baby. Oh, that's my baby. Oh, this is my baby. No, some days you're going to record, and some days you're gonna be like, was that a good show? Now, people will like it, people will enjoy it, but you will start you sometimes in this content creation, you start overthinking. And as I tell you, I have to use myself as an example. It was a couple weeks ago, I'm doing the podcast, rocking and rolling, and then I said, I don't think I like that. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I record. I found myself. It was the sixth time that I finally recorded something, and I was like, why did I haven't done it. I was thinking to myself, I haven't done that in a long time. But that day, for some reason, I was trying to attain perfection. I don't know why. I don't know why it popped up, but I just kept trying to. And then I finally said, you know what? I'm not erasing it anymore. This is going to be the recording. What comes out is what comes out. We're not doing this. So sometimes you have to be careful when you're getting better at something. You start thinking, how can I make it perfect? How come it's not perfect? Don't fight off the perfectionism, because perfection leads to paralysis, and then you'll stop doing the thing you do, and you'll try to break it down, and you'll be sitting here thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Do nothing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just get better at it every day. Just think about what you're doing. Get better at it. Keep getting better at it. Keep striving. But don't try to attain perfectionism, because that will lead to paralysis, and you will stop doing it. And then you think, I need this to make it perfect. I need that to make it perfect. No. Just keep going, but relax, calm down. Don't get caught up in because you do a video. Let's say you do a YouTube video, and your video gets 100,000 views. Then you'll start chasing the dragon. You'll think to yourself, how did that video get there? Why is this video so good? And then it'll just frustrate you. All right. But anyway, now we're going to talk about adapted. Now, I watched the movie yesterday called The Wild. It was a book written, a short story, a book written by Jack London in about 1903. And he talked about a dog that lived in California. Of course, Buck got kidnapped. He got dropped off in the Yucatan, Alaska, Canada, somewhere up there. Somewhere up there where it's cold. Somewhere I don't want to be in the wintertime. But he got dropped off. He became a part of the sleigh team. They had him out there running. Buck, he started getting used to it. He started becoming better. And then he got attacked by a dog, and then Buck had to fight back. And Buck probably hasn't been in a fight in his whole life, but Buck, he adapted, and he became a great, dog who was able to survive, able to thrive out there in nature. So I say all that to say sometimes you have to adapt, sometimes you have to, things are not going to be perfect, but you have to just adapt, figure it out, and keep going. It's like whenever you are, let's say, if you don't have a lot of time and you're at work and you get a lunch break, and it's like, I want to write a book. Well, spend 30 minutes in that, spend 25 minutes, spend 15 minutes of your lunch, because of course you got to eat, but spend 10 to 15 minutes just jotting ideas down, writing ideas down, and then just get started that way. Those 15 minutes can add up. That can add up, and you're adapting. If you work in it at night or something like that, you can get home before you just fall out from your long night of work. Take a couple hours, maybe work out, grab some breakfast, and then write or create what you want to write in that hour and a half. These are things that we have to adapt to. These are things that we have to come over. After a while, it's like no excuses. Excuses are no good. Of course, we all grow up, and then sometimes we come up with these excuses of why we are not where we want to be. And it's like, well, if I just had more time, I used to say this. If I had more time, but it's like I don't have a lot of time. I had to figure it out with the time that I have, because of course, most people, you're not just gonna wake up. I didn't wake up when I was 18 and thought I'm gonna run a business. No, I didn't have that thinking. I didn't have that mentality. Of course, I didn't know that I could create my own business and everything like that. So I didn't really, pay any mind. Just went to work, and then of course, eventually I thought, I should try to start a business, and now here we are running a business. But the point is, I still work a job, and I had to adjust my time to do my business, which, I have, but you have to adjust the time to do the business, because if you start now while you're at the job, then it will be easier when you get more time. Because people think, oh, if I just had more time, I just had more time. But if you're not doing anything already, it's like when you get all that time, what are you going to do? You're still going to do nothing. But now, if you start right now, why you have to adjust and why you only have a few hours out the day, because as we all know, I know people like to tell you don't need to sleep, but come on, most of us need 5 to 7, 8 hours of sleep. Some people might need more, some people might need less, but we all gotta get a little sleep. We all gotta eat. So you take that into consideration, you have a little less time, but with the time you have, make the best with it. Adapt. If you only have an hour a day to do the thing you want to do, then for that hour, knock it out. Go full speed. Don't half-ass it. Go full speed. Do what you got to do, and then eventually you will get to the level where you don't need it. You can share the job away, and then you have 24 hours out the day. Then you can plan your day how you want to. I used to listen to these podcasts, and they say, plan out your morning. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the F can I plan out my morning? I had to go to work. And for me, it's like, I don't have a set schedule. I work whatever time they want the load there, that's the time I have to be there. So if I had to get up at 4 in the morning, I had to get up at 4 in the morning. If I had to wait till 4 p.m., then, wait till 4 p.m. But, it's an adjustment. But, I ran out of excuses, and I stopped telling myself, when I get home, This used to be my story. When I get home, when I get local, then I have all the time in the world to do this, blah, 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 blah. No, I said, you know what? F that. I'm going to start now. I'm going to start doing a podcast. I'm going to build up some momentum. I'm going to get some content creation going, get some material going, get myself out there, start doing it. 99% of the time. I've done this podcast in the afternoon. I've done it in the evening. I've done it early in the morning. Now, mostly I try to squeeze it in the hours of 4 to 8 a.m. But we get it done, you know. It doesn't matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter. I had one episode, I was doing it, and then I remember a guy knocked on the door, and he's like, hey, load ready. And I said, oh, thank you. And then that ended the podcast. But we've, you know, anywhere, anytime, you know. So we adapted. And now when I do get home, when I get home in 2021, when I shed the job, so you have to speak this into existence. When I shed the job, I would have 24 hours to run a business. So I would then have a full set schedule where I can do this, I can do that, blah, 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 blah. But until then, you have to adapt. You know, once you can get rid of the job and run your business full time, then, maybe you have kids, you have to adapt. But the whole thing is, you just have to learn to adapt to different things. If you see the prize that you are searching for and it's over the hill, and it's like, what am I going to do to get over this hill? You know, you figure it out. You adapt, you adjust, you course correct, you figure it out. You get over that hill, you grab the prize, and you keep moving. So that's that. Now, the year is 2021. And I told you, in October, we picked up steam. And we started rolling. And now this is the year that you and I are going to the moon. Bam, zoom to the moon. All right? So, that being said, today is January 2nd. We have 364 days this year. Every day, I want you to, I gave you New Year's off yesterday. I gave you New Year's off, so, we didn't do it. We didn't record it in an episode. But every day for the next 364 days, if it's something you want to do, writing, videos, I challenge you to do it on a regular basis. When I mean regular, I mean at least 6 days a week. I know sometimes you can't do something every day, You can't, sometimes you just can't do it every day. But 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. But you should be creating something. You should be writing, you should be podcasting, you should be doing videos, you should be doing whatever you have to do to get your business off the ground. Because in 2022, 2023, I want to see emails from you telling me, hey, I'm out here, okay? I'm running a successful business. My business is generating money. I'm happy. Blah, 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 Because as we all know, the journey continues, but the journey never ends. All right? But every day, even if it's 5 minutes, if you only have 5 minutes out the day, if you just write down ideas for 5 minutes, do that. But every day, do something for your business, do something to help your business, do something to get yourself where you want to be. All right? With that being said, my name is Tony Rizzano. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of the year 2021. We will be back again tomorrow with another hard-hitting episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, take care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Oh yeah, before we go, stay safe. If you got mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, I don't know. Stay 12 feet away from people. It's flu season and it's COVID. So it's a bad combination. All right. With that being said, take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will talk to you tomorrow. And as always, everybody, peace.